Good morning. Here's my outfit of the day. Today I am wearing some old black pants from New York & Company, a black top from Old Navy, and then this cardigan is a Christmas present from my mother that I've had for a couple of years. And then I'm wearing this necklace here that I've had for a very long time, but forgot I had it. This, I believe, is from New York & Company as well. And then I'm wearing these wedge shoes from Macy's. So here is my outfit for the day. I will probably talk to you guys on my way to work. All right, I am headed to work on a Tuesday morning, and today should be pretty quiet. Like, I don't know how much I'm going to get done today because this morning we are taking our interim math assessment, which is a computer-based test. It is a district-wide test to kind of see where the kids are at this point in the year in terms of acquiring the math standards. So that is untimed, so I don't know how long that's going to take, but I do know that I have a couple of students that are very meticulous with their work, so they tend to take a little bit of time doing that. While they're doing that, I am going to be monitoring. And speaking of monitoring, I know principals tell you to walk around the whole time, well, some do, while the kids are testing, and I really feel like you need to get up and walk around on a few occasions to check to make sure everybody's okay, but just perpetually walking around, I think, is really anxiety inducing to the kids. So I do get up on occasion, check just to make sure, check in with some kids. So I will be doing that, and then while they're taking their tests, I will also be lesson planning for this particular week. I left on Thursday and I was not planned at all for this week, and I knew that that was what was going to happen because I knew I'd have some time today. So I'm going to be doing that, and then this afternoon we have a water assembly at 2 o'clock, and I'm not 100% sure what this water assembly is about, and I'm a little unsure if I was supposed to teach them a lesson from this little pamphlet from this company, so I need to take a look at that. Hopefully I'll be able to squeeze in some writing today because we are a little bit behind on our PLC writing assessment for this second round of assessing them for the purpose of PLC. And that's it. I really do want to leave at 3:15 today because I have a couple of errands that I need to run after work, and I need to get home and get the bulk of my report cards done. So over the weekend, it was a mix of me working and resting. So on Friday, I went to the gym, I had a dentist appointment, and then after my dentist appointment, I did some grading, like some physical grading that I need to catch up on. That was Friday. Saturday, I stayed home, didn't go out to visit my parents because it was really rainy. We had quite a bit of rain on Friday and some on Saturday. I did not live in an area in California, if you saw it on the news, that flooded, so we were fine, but it was rainy. So on Saturday, I stayed home, went to the gym, and continued to do some work with my grades. Sunday, I went to my mom's house to visit my family out there and did a little bit of work. And then yesterday I spent the day with my mom and my sister. We went to breakfast and did a little shopping. We bought each other the Christmas presents that we didn't have during Christmas. And then an electrician came to my house, and then I did some work yesterday evening. So excuse me, as you can see, I still have the cough. I don't think my voice is going to be going in and out anymore. But I have the bulk of my grades entered into the system. There's just a couple of kids I need to follow up with because they did not turn in their last writing assignment, which is a huge grade because I'm pulling 3 grades from that. And then I need to put in things like citizenship, PE grades, tech grades, which are all very easy and straightforward, and then I need to make my comments. My only stress is that it's Tuesday. I have to turn in my report cards Thursday, at some point Thursday, but tomorrow I have a hair appointment, which will be this chunk of time after school that I won't have. So I kind of need to get the bulk of everything done today. If not, I'm going to be in the hair salon with my Chromebook trying to do report cards, which I don't want to do. So that is where I'm at on this Tuesday morning. I don't know. So I will try and check in at some point today. More than likely, it's going to be after school because I have recess duty. So I won't be checking in during recess. And I don't typically spend time in my classroom for lunch. So with that being said, I will talk to you guys a little bit later.
You know what? You're lucky you ran into me today. 1, 2, 3, Leviosa! There you go, as good as new. You saved the day for Pierre Clouseau. She was greatest oceanographer and water expert.
All right, it is about 5 minutes to 3. The kids were dismissed about 10 minutes ago, and I am currently in my room cleaning up for the day because I am going to try with all the fibers in my being to leave here at 3:15, just because, like I said this morning, I have to run some errands and I really just need to get home and work on my report card. So what did we accomplish today? Let me show you my agenda and then let me talk about what we actually did. So here is my agenda. These were my intentions today, February 21st. I was going to have them unpack, do a morning meeting, math performance task, writing, read source number 2 for our practice round of writing together, continue to level them, read some Walk Two Moons, and then go to the water assembly. I'm going to put a check mark by the things that I actually completed. So we successfully unpacked this morning and did some housekeeping. We did have a morning meeting, so I'll check that off. We did take a math performance task. And aside from the water assembly at 2 o'clock, that's about all that we did. So I did not get any of the writing done, which is a little stressful because I'm already behind where I need to be. But again, with these district assessments, you don't really want to rush the kids because some kids just need time. And I had one student who needed a whole lot of time. So by the time she finished, it was just about time for the assembly, and there really was no use in trying to start the writing because it was pointless at that point. I mean, on the flip side, the good news is I got some things done. I got lesson planned for the week. I did a little bit of work on tweaking my grades for report cards and making some adjustments that I had planned on making. But that's really it. I really felt like I was just babysitting most of the day, just monitoring them, taking a test, and that's as far as I got. But let me fix my camera. There's not really anything I can do about that. So today's over. Tomorrow's a new day. Let's hope that tomorrow goes better. And it was pretty much the case for the other members on my team. So Mrs. Haston spent most of her day testing, and I'm not sure when Mrs. Meredith finished, but I know Mrs. Meredith is Mrs. Chu, her job share partner. I'm not sure when she finished, but I know that a good portion of her day was taken up by that as well. We had the water assembly at 2 o'clock, which was just to go over water conservation with the kids and why it's important. And the kids seem to enjoy it, especially the kids in the younger grades. And that was over at about 2:35, and then school's out at 2:45. So here I am in my room cleaning up. I'm tired, number one, but I am kind of excited about the start of this week just because I feel like it's going to be kind of a fresh start in the sense that it's the 3rd trimester, so everybody's on a clean slate. And I gave my kids the speech I give at the beginning of every trimester that everybody excuse me, is on an equal playing field right now, meaning like everybody has straight A's theoretically because it's a new trimester, nothing's been assigned, no test has been given. And I just kind of said the only difference between you keeping that A and not is just the amount of work that you choose to put in. So we talked about that, and I also kind of brought home the idea to them that this is their last 12 weeks with just one teacher. After this trimester, they're transitioning to middle school, and they will have at minimum 2, possibly, I think 3, possibly 4 teachers. And then of course, when they go to high school, they'll have up to 6, if not more. So I kind of just said, look, this is your last chance to kind of figure out how to get yourself organized so that you can apply those skills to next year when you have multiple teachers and beyond. So I gave my obligatory, it's the beginning of the trimester speech. I know some kids take it to heart and try, and then some kids, they don't really it's not that they don't care, they're just maybe not at a maturity level to really understand what I'm saying and then maybe apply that to what they're doing. So I'm excited because of that, and I won't be out as much because, as far as I know, unless the teachers of my district don't like it, contract negotiations are done for the year, which was a lot of the reason why I was out. I have a day out on the 3rd for LCAP, but aside from that, I don't have much time where I'm out of the classroom, except for this week I do have to go out for 3 hours on Thursday, because we have been given some time to lesson plan with a district Kagan coach, which, now that I think about it, is kind of, I think that's the morning report cards are due. Okay, that's fine. So I will be out for a few hours there, but at least it's not the whole day. So I am trying to get out of here. I really need to get the bulk of these report cards done tonight. I think if I buckle down, I can get it done. I don't know if I will be going to the gym tomorrow because I might be staying up late, but I hope that's not the case. I don't really want to skip. So I'm just cleaning up before I go. And, oh, can't see me. I'm just cleaning up before I go. And I just wanted to kind of touch base so you knew how my day went. It felt like a very unproductive day, but I couldn't help it. It's not by my doing or anybody else's. It was just one of those days. So I'm gonna continue to clean up, and then fingers crossed that I get out of here at 3:15 and not 6 o'clock like I did on Friday. Good morning, here's my outfit of the day. Today I am wearing some new leggings from J. Crew Factory. The ones I had were getting pretty worn out, so I just ordered these online about a week or so ago. They were on sale. I can't remember for how much. I think they're about $19 or $20, so I am wearing my new pair today. I bought 2 pair. I'm wearing a black top underneath from New York & Company, and that is underneath this button-up shirt from Old Navy, and I've had this for a couple of years. I'm wearing my brown boots from Nordstrom, a beanie because I have a hair appointment today and I didn't feel like getting my hair or doing my hair, my gold Michael Kors watch, and then this link bracelet that I'm pretty sure I got from Francesca's, which is a smaller shop at my local mall. So I will talk to you guys later. Is about 2:15. It's 2:13. My kids are at PE currently. They will be there for another 5 minutes. I'll just show you like a status of the class and a status of my desk. So here is my desk right now. I was just working on my report cards. Here is the class. They have all packed up so that when PE is over, they can just come in and we will listen to Walk Two Moons, which is the book that we're reading right now, which is one of my favorites. So as of right now, I believe I am done with my report cards in the sense that all my grades are uploaded and updated. I have made comments on each report card, and so I just very quickly wanted to show you guys what I use, because this is probably one of my favorite Sorry, I'm looking at my ceiling because a piece of my ceiling looks like it's about to drop from the sky. But I've had this book for years, and it is probably one of the best things I ever bought for myself. So we do have a new report card system, and with that, we do have drop-down comments that have been made available to us, which is convenient for some. Especially if you have kids that have a 504 plan or an IEP, there's just a very generic statement that you can add on there to cover your bases that explains that grades have been modified or accommodations have been made. But aside from that, the comments are very generic sounding, like they literally say, student is a pleasure to have in class, or things like that. And I don't necessarily want my comments to sound that way. Some teachers hate leaving comments on report cards. I don't really mind, because I feel like that is a very brief moment or opportunity for me to talk to the parents without necessarily talking to them, if that makes sense, because it's not feasible for me to meet with every parent every time we send home report cards. So I don't mind, because what I bought for myself, I don't know when I bought this, but I know I've had it so long that the cover no longer is with the book and I need to get it repaired. I bought this book, and it is just titled, and I don't know if I showed this to you guys before, and if I did, I apologize, but it's called Teacher's Messages for Report Cards. This is the 3rd edition. It is by Marie McDonald, and I bought this apparently for $8.99 from CM School Supply, and it came from the website frankschaefer.com. So I will try my best to link this in the description box below if you're interested. And if there's one thing to spend your money on, this is one of those things for me. It is just a book filled with comments for different types of students. So just to kind of show you as I open up my tattered book, there is a table of contents right here. So in the table of contents, if it focuses, there's different categories. So comments for areas of academic improvement, and it breaks it down by subject area. If you want to make a comment for a student that's having some behavior issues, personality issues, improvement and growth, attendance and tardiness, then it goes on to have comments for what you consider to be the average student, the above average student, below average student, your new students, and then into the school year. And then there's a list of useful adjectives and things like that. So what I like about this is it just helps to ensure that whatever it is I have to say, I'm saying it in an appropriate way, especially when you're trying to comment on a student that might be struggling in one way or another. So anytime we have progress reports or report cards, I always have this with me, and sometimes I directly copy the whole quote if it really gets the job done. And a lot of times what I do is I take pieces of different quotes and I string them together. So just to give you an example, let's say I had a student who technically is a behavior issue. What's a nice way to say that without coming across too abrasive? So then I would go to the section, which is chapter 2, where you're getting a bunch of comments for students that have behavior issues. And for example, the first comment says blank, so you put in the student's name. Blank has been trying to practice good citizenship habits. She should be complimented for this effort, as it has taken a great deal of self-control and self-discipline. However, she still needs to work on keeping her hands to herself. So what's nice is that you point out something that's going well, like you acknowledge that the student is trying, you acknowledge that the student is putting forth some effort to be better, but you're still able to say, in spite of those efforts, we still have work to do. So I highly recommend this. So that's what I've been doing during my prep time, is just finishing my comments. The only thing I need to do now is, between now and tonight or tomorrow morning, I need to just go through each report card one at a time, proofread the comments, just do a last scan of their grades, and then let the secretary know that I am ready for my report cards to be printed. So I'm almost done. That's almost one major weight lifted off my shoulders. Aside from that, today we took a math quiz, chapter 9, and it was one of those quizzes in Go Math. If you teach Go Math, chapter 9, 5th grade, the quiz is easy in the sense that the whole chapter is on graphing, so line plots, line graphs, but it's not so easy that the kids can just breeze by the question. So that was a challenge, because I spot checked several kids' quizzes, because I just know this quiz very well, and I know kids get very confident with this one and think, oh, this is a piece of cake, and they don't really read a few of the questions very closely. So we had a math quiz, and We had to go to the library because we didn't get to go on Monday. I finished leveling my students with Mrs. Bobeda, my instructional aide that comes Tuesdays through Fridays. We are all done. If you've been watching from the very beginning when we first started leveling with Fontes de Pinel and it was taking forever and a day to get done, we have now mastered that system. We've cranked it all out. We move much faster now. I think it's a little bit faster now because in the beginning of the year, we had no jump off point. Like, we didn't know what level they were prior to that. So we had no starting point. So everyone was being started at a level S, I believe, which is where you should start at the beginning of the 5th grade. And then it was just kind of a, not a guessing game, but a trial and error until you really figured out what reading level a student was at. So we finished that, and we are in the process of doing some PLC writing. So with the 1 minute that I have left, I'm just gonna show you what we're working on. So this is our second round of PLC writing, and we're focusing on expository text. And I won't be able to show you this all today. Maybe I'll show it to you after school. But basically, the kids are reading 3 sources on national monuments. And the prompt is basically asking them to compare and contrast these 3 monuments and what kind of emotions each of these monuments evoke. So they're looking at the Martin Luther King monument, the National World War II monument, and then the third one they're looking at is the St. Louis Archway, or the Gateway Arch. So since this is our practice round, we are reading those sources together, and what I'm teaching them and practicing with them along the way is reading the sources and the prompt and circling the big ideas of paragraphs and then underlining the supporting details of that big idea. So we have been working on that since Friday. We are just about done reading through the second source, so we have one more source after that, which we will probably have to do tomorrow. And then we're going to use a compare and contrast chart that I bought off of Teachers Pay Teachers from Amy Grosbeck, because that's part of the writing task. They have to read the sources, compare and contrast them, and then write about them, which is a very hefty task for a 5th grader. So I'm going to be using this compare and contrast chart. We will have to use a couple since there's 3 sources. So we're going to compare and contrast source 1 and source 2, then source 1 and source 3, then source 2 and source 3, if that makes sense. So we are in the middle of that. We are very behind where we should be, but there's not much we can do, or I can do as a teacher about it, because we've had assessments, and then I was out a lot, and all that kind of got in the way, and all of us in 5th grade are behind. We've had to adjust the due dates for our second round of PLC a couple of times. So I just want to check in and give you guys some tidbits or tips on report cards. I gotta go pick up my kids. I will try and check in with you after school. So yes, I will talk to you guys later. Right, it's 4 o'clock on the dot, and I am right outside my hairdresser's beauty salon where she works, and I figured I would show you guys the hair that I bought from the beauty supply, because I know a couple of you have asked what kind of hair I use, and my response to that is I don't really know, because I literally just find the hair that is the color that I want it to be at that particular time, is the length I want it to be at that particular time, and most importantly is the price that I want it to be at that particular time. So I haven't for a long time bought the more expensive hair where you're buying it by the ounce. For the past year, if not more, I've been going just to the beauty supply in my neighborhood and just looking for hair specifically for quick weave. So what I bought yesterday is something I haven't seen there before, so I'm a little nervous because I don't really know the quality of this hair, but it seems fine. So it's just these big packs here, and I was trying to look for the name, but it just says bundle hair. And what's different about this is that, I don't know if you can see, but there's 3 different bundles of hair in here, and it's different lengths. So there's a 14-inch, a 16-inch, and an 18-inch, which is actually, I think, pretty long. Longer than what I intended. It says it's Brazilian hair, and it says that it's human hair. So we'll see. So I bought 2 packs of this. Each pack was $31.99. So in total, I spent, you know, with tax, almost $70 on these 2 packs of hair, and I usually keep my quick weaves in for about 2 months, which is longer than what I'm supposed to. I do know that. And by the time I get to that 2nd month, like right now, this hair is just about ready to jump off all by itself. But that is one way that I kind of keep the cost down. Like, I don't go as frequently as I should. I just try and take care of the weave that I have for as long as I can, and then when it gets to that point where it needs to be done, then I start to kind of do a little repairs here or there, and now I'm at that point where I absolutely need to get my hair done. So what I've gotten this time, I don't know if you can tell, so it has like this ombre effect, so it's dark at the top and has like blonde at the bottom. So that is what I'm going for. I am going to be in here for Lord knows how long. That's the thing I hate about getting my hair done, is it takes forever. But I have my Chromebook with me. I am going to read through the rest of my report cards, and then I'm going home. So this is probably it for the day. The next time I see you guys, I'll have some new hair, and it will be Thursday. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning. Here's my outfit of the day. Today I'm wearing a new top from H&M that I bought on a shopping trip with my mom and sister this past Monday. This was $24.99 at H&M. So far it's very comfortable, and I'm contemplating getting another one because they have multiple colors. Then I'm wearing these black crop pants that I got from the Gap several years ago, and my black Aldo flats, my black Marc Jacobs watch that I can't turn right now, and then a couple of black bands, a ring, and then this little black necklace here that I got from Charming Charlie a couple years ago. So I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Wrapping it up for the day. It is about 4:30, and I just finished writing a sample letter to share with my class tomorrow, because I'm going to legitimately try and start reading response journals. This is something I was supposed to start much earlier in the school year, but that just hasn't happened because I just haven't been able to make it happen. But I am determined to make it happen at some point this year, and the start of the 3rd trimester is a good opportunity to do that, especially now that I think I will be in the classroom much more than I have been in the past. So I am following the steps from this Fontes and Pinnell book that I've had, I think, since I've been at this school, and I just put it away. So let me get it out so I can show it to you, and I'm pretty sure I've shown it in a video or a vlog before. So it is this book here, Guided Readers and Writers for grades 3 through 6. And in this book, it gives you just the mini lessons you want to do to kind of get everything started. And I started this earlier in the school year, and then things just kind of fell apart, and then there was just this major pause on like true readers workshop instruction. My kids have had independent reading time, but it literally has been independent reading time where they are allowed to read on their own so that they can try and make their AR goals. I've met with a couple kids along the way in terms of checking up on them and seeing where they're at, but it hasn't been nowhere near what my intentions were, and I wouldn't even call it anything formal. So I am trying to get back on track with that. It's better to do some than nothing at all, so I'm trying to do that. And so I'm at the point where I talk to them today about what the expectations are while they're reading, and let them know that they will be starting something called a reading response journal, where they will be writing letters to me about what they're reading, and I will be responding to them, and it will just be this dialogue going back and forth. So and that came directly from this book. And so tomorrow I'm going to show them a sample of a letter that I just wrote based on a book that I am currently reading. And so I will show you that. So I am reading the book Counting Time by Melanie Conklin, I think is her name. And I just sat down, this was not planned out, I just really wrote what my thoughts are as I'm reading this book at this particular point because that is what it suggests that you do. So here is my letter, and it's just an honest reaction. So it's about this long, and I'd read the whole thing to you, but I don't want to bore you with that. And basically what my letter is about is I give them a very brief synopsis of what the story is about. So if you don't know, the book Counting Time is about a girl who I believe is in the 6th grade, and her family moved from San Diego to New York because her younger brother, who is 5, has cancer, and they are in a very special medical trial to try out some new medication for the brother. So the whole family moves from San Diego to New York, and she started a new school, and all of that kind of stuff ensues. And so the gist of my letter is me saying I'm in the very beginning stages of this book, but my initial reaction is I don't know that I would handle this situation as well as she seems to be handling it at such a young age. So my point is that her whole family has had to uproot their life because of her younger brother having cancer, and it must be tough for someone that age to move away from all that you know, your family, your friends, to move to a whole new state where you don't know anyone, on top of the fact that your younger brother has cancer, and because of that, a good portion of your parents' focus and energy is on your younger brother. And despite all of that, she's still relatively patient and loving and kind towards her parents and her brother, at least at this point. I'm only a few chapters in. So I wrote my letter that I will share with them tomorrow, and the purpose of the letter is to kind of give them an example of the quality of response I'm looking for, as well as to remind them of the formatting of a letter. So I talked to them today, and I said it's one of those things where you'll get credit for doing it, but you won't get credit for not. I'm not going to meticulously grade it too much. I will probably pull like punctuation grades from it, if that. So I wrote that, and then also today I typed up the letter that they're going to put inside the reading response journal that has a list of topics that they could choose to write about. So they kind of have some freedom, if I'm understanding this correctly, on what they write about in their journal, and they are required to write 1 letter a week, but they could write about a variety of things. So for example, they could write 1 week, their letter could be about their reaction to the setting of a story. They could be writing a letter to me about some questions they have or their feelings on a character. So it's not dictated. I definitely don't want them writing me summaries every week because that's not really what I'm looking for. So I typed up that letter today, and then gave them another list of other ideas that they could use, and then gave them some tips on proofreading it. So I just need to format that because it's literally just typed. It's not cute. It's not a cute font or anything like that. So I'll work on that tomorrow. So aside from that, today I took a little bit of video, but I'm not sure I'll be able to include it, of some training with our district Kagan coach. So she is a teacher in the district, but she has gone through a lot of Kagan training on cooperative learning. So she just came to kind of talk to us about ways that we can continue to infuse it in our lessons and kind of spice up some things. We did a few brain breaks and got to act a little silly. So that was from 8 this morning to 11. So I had to sub for those 3 hours, and then I came back. We continued to work on this writing that we're working on. The kids are getting really, really quick and good with identifying the main idea and supporting details and informational text. Tomorrow we're going to start comparing and contrasting those 3 sources. And then after all of that, we talked about Reader's Workshop and what that's going to start looking like, and then we listened to Walk to Moons. So that is where I'm at this particular point. I think I'm going to clean up and go home and start thinking about how I'm gonna roll all this out. Like I really do feel like I kind of have a fresh start and a clean slate. It's a new trimester. I'm here. I think it's gonna be a little bit better than what it was. Oh, and then the drama of the day is I was all excited because my report cards were done last night, and when I was getting my hair done, I kept saying, my report cards are done, my report cards are done, and my hairdresser was like, you're really excited about that, aren't you? And I was like, yeah, because that's a huge weight, and it just dawned on me that I guess people that are not teachers or people that don't have to do report cards don't realize what a weight that is off your shoulders, because your report cards are done, which means for a split second in your teacher life, you are all caught up with everything. Your grades are current and everything is up to date, and that lasts for maybe 24 to 48 hours. So I was just living in that euphoric moment. And then this morning, or this afternoon at lunch, my principal asked to speak to me because on my report cards, I forgot that you have to manually input effort grades and that they don't automatically calculate in the system. So I had to go through each of my report cards, manually write the effort grade, give it back to the secretary so that she can put it into the computer and print it out, because I'm not able to do that apparently. And so I had to do that after school. And the secretary was nice enough to do that for me. She was not upset, but I just was annoyed because I thought I was doing my report cards and I still have to look at them. So I'm gonna clean up, I'm gonna go home. I will probably be going to Target because I need some things, and I really don't want to go to Target, but I feel like I kind of have to. But that's it, that's my day. That's what I did all day. So I guess I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning, here's my outfit of the day. It's Friday, so of course I'm wearing jeans. So I have my jeans on. This top I'm wearing is from Old Navy, and I actually bought it a while ago. I think maybe over the summer, if not earlier than that, but this is the first time I'm wearing it. Then I'm just wearing a long sleeve top underneath from Old Navy because it's a little cold today. And my brown zip up fake combat boots from Macy's. My tan Michael Kors watch, and that's really it. So I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Orders. The first order, I just want an order of zucchini fries. Yeah. And the second order,
I would like a junior cheeseburger meal.
A junior cheeseburger meal. What do you want to drink?
Diet Coke.
With the Diet Coke.
I want the zucchini fries with that.
And an order of second order of zucchini fries for that.
Oh wait,
so
no.
No?
Bad decisions, bad decisions. No zucchini fries.
No zucchini fries on the junior burger, sorry. God. She had a moment of clarity. She said, the second order, just the junior burger meal, but no zucchini fries after all. Okay. Okay.
I mean, it's like I'm already gonna down a cheeseburger and French fries.
It's zucchini.
It's
you can have some of ours because we're not gonna eat all of it anyway.
It still doesn't count as a veggie.
I like to think that it
is not counting as your veggie.
I like to think it is a vegetable.
No.
Hello there. It is now about 1:30. My kids are at PE. Here is the state of my class right now. They have packed up for the day. I have passed out their report cards, which are these envelopes here. They haven't put them away yet because I also need to give them their honor roll notifications if they made honor roll, so they can put those in that envelope as well. So for us, I don't know how you guys do it, but when we give out report cards, we stuff the report cards in that envelope, and the parent signs every trimester, signing off saying that they received their child's report card envelope. And then on Monday, the kids will just return the signed report card envelope to me, and then I will hold on to it until the end of the school year and put their third trimester report card in it. So I just wanted to show you what we've done today. We are still working on the practice round of writing for our next PLC, where they are writing about these national monuments, and they're pretending to write an article about how these monuments inspire visitors. So we read about the Gateway Arch, a World War II memorial, and the Martin Luther King monument. We took notes on it in terms of circling the big idea or the main idea and supporting details of each paragraph of those passages. And then today we voted and chose two of the three that we are going to use to compare or contrast in this fake article that we're writing. So they chose the Gateway Arch and the World War II memorial. And I'm using this graphic organizer from Amy Grosbeck. This was from it was like a bundle of graphic organizers that I think I've referenced before, and I'm not sure if I've put the link. So we just worked together as a class. We talked about the things, and we reviewed what it means to compare and contrast, because some of them forgot, excuse me. And then on this side, we just pulled out some information from the source, and I just reminded them that we only wanted to pull out information that talked about how that monument might evoke some sort of emotion out of visitors. So we pulled things out from the article on the Gateway Arch, things out from the World War II Memorial, and then we talked about how the two were similar, and that's kind of where we left off before heading to lunch. So that has been the bulk of our day, aside from taking a science test, doing a math lesson. I also talked to them about their reading response journals and showed them a sample of the letter that I wrote based on the book that I'm reading, and kind of got that started. So I still need to assign due dates for groups of kids, because each group of kids will have a different due date, just so that I can hopefully manage reading them and responding to them. And I don't know, they seem kind of excited about it, because some of them wanted to start writing a letter today, and I told them to hold off because I haven't given them the list of topics they can write about and the guidelines. So that's good. And I also became a little bit more strict this trimester with them making their AR goal, because I have kids that are just not reading at all. And I'm not so much bothered by that because they're not making their AR goal, but it makes me think that they're not reading, period, and they need to be reading to become better readers. So that has been my day so far. It's been fairly productive, although the bulk of it has been spent on language arts. So what I'm getting ready to do in my prep time right now is I'm getting ready to fill out the forms for the kids that are making honor roll, so that those are ready for when they come back from PE. I need to clean up a little bit, because here is the current state of my desk. So stacks as always. Oh, and then I wanted to show you guys this. A long time ago, I did a classroom tour video and I referenced this folder. So if I have an absent student, there's a student whose job it is that as soon as they realize someone's absent, they grab this folder, and anything that I pass out, they put in this folder, and then they set it on my desk at the end of the day. And then I know that when I dismiss the kids for the day, to go through that folder and put any notes I need to add for the student that was absent. So I only had one student that was absent today, so I'm gonna do that. Aside from that, I'm feeling a little guilty because I made some poor life choices when it came to lunch. Me and Sarah, who's the RSP teacher, went and picked up some fried foods for lunch. And the rationale was I bought some fried zucchini to go along with my salad, so that Liza and I could say technically we ate our salads for lunch. We just happened to have a few pieces of fried zucchini with it, and Sarah was all about joining us for that. So I'm quite full and I'm feeling quite guilty. I'm pretty sure I undid any work that I did at the gym this morning, but it's Friday and I just really wanted some fried food. So I'm getting ready to work on my honor roll certificates, and I will check in with you guys later. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. It is 7:40-ish, 7:45. I just got home. I left school at about 4 o'clock and actually left school about 4:30 and went to happy hour with some coworkers, and I just got back from that. So I am now home. I am upstairs in my bedroom because I am going to be taking a shower and putting on my pajamas for the night, and that is my exciting Friday night. My sister's going to be picking up dinner, and I'm probably going to edit this vlog or work on my resume, because I found out yesterday that my interview, or one of my interviews for my transfer request, is Monday. So on the transfer paperwork, I put in for 2 middle schools and the new elementary school, and you have to rank them in order of what your preference would be. So I put the one middle school first, the one where I have the connection with the principal in terms of I've met with her and I've spoken to her on several occasions. I put the new school second, and then I put another middle school third. So on Monday, I am interviewing with the principal of the new school and the principal of the other middle school that I don't really know too well. And then the interview for the middle school, where I do know the principal, should occur at some point next week. So I just found out the interview is Monday, which means I need to kind of look at my resume and update it because I haven't touched that since I've been at the school that I'm working at now, and that's been over 10 years. So I'm a little nervous because I haven't been interviewed in 10 years. So I will be doing some of that this weekend, but that's pretty much it for the week. It was a pretty good week overall. It was short and swift, and I do feel like I have a little bit of a fresh start, and I still have a cough, as you can see. So I'm gonna go ahead and say good night for here. I hope you guys had a great week as well, and that you are enjoying your weekend if you are watching this on Sunday. If you like the video, please do give it a thumbs up, because that is very encouraging. If you have any comments you'd like to leave or any questions you'd like to ask, go ahead and leave them in the comment section, and I try my hardest to respond to every comment or question that is asked at some point. And if you haven't already done so, please do subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate it. Those are just the little things that help to encourage me to keep vlogging for you guys. So with that, I hope you guys have a good one, and I will talk to you guys Monday morning. Bye, everyone. It's 5:03, and I just got back into my classroom maybe about